Good morning. It's the weekend. This is Hire Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning, and thank you for tuning in. We got a lot of things to talk about today. Today's got a great show lined up. And don't forget, it's Shout Out Saturday, so if you're a contractor, essential worker, you're out there listening, you want to hit a little shout out, text us, 248-539-9797. Or if you have a question Google can't answer and it's home improvement related, give us a shot. Again, 248-539-9797. Of course, if you're a keyboard gangster, you can bring it. I'm ready. And in the co-pilot seat this morning, good friend, longtime Hire It Done contractor, expert extraordinaire, Peaks Construction, Brad Klaus. Good morning, Brad.
How are you, Adam?
What up?
Not much.
What does this sound?
Oh, I know. You got your chocolate chip cookies again.
So Brad's wife owns Sweet Bee Cookies, right?
Yep.
It's the best. Like, I've been craving these pre-pandemic.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been here to bring you some.
Yeah, you're always traveling up north. You got like the life of Riley.
Yeah.
So just introduce yourself to the Hire It Done audience. Tell everyone what your name is, company name, where you've been, and how long you've been around.
I'm Brad from Peaks Construction. We're a small construction company on the east side. We do pretty much everything from the ground up. We're very small, very family oriented, and we've been doing it for about 25 years now.
No complaints with Hire It Done in the last, 10 years you've been with us now? 9, 10 years, something?
Yeah, 9, 10 years we've been with you now. Yep.
Crazy.
It's been a while.
Oh boy. So we have a lot to talk about today. And since you're in the co-hosting seat with me, we have some topics that I want you to participate in. And by the way, you brought a guest, Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. He's out of New Baltimore. And we're going to be bringing Eric on. We're going to talk some landscaping stuff because he does a lot of landscaping.
Yeah, he does. Got a small company, does a really nice job. They do clean work, and they care about their customers a lot. You
know what's funny? We said small company twice. And that comes to my next topic, which is what is a contractor? And Hire It Done excels with small companies. When I say small company, we're not talking a one-man show, folks. We're talking, I call them medium-sized family-owned businesses. And what does that mean? We're not talking like a wall-side windows, right? They're a good company. Nothing wrong with them. I like them.
Absolutely.
I know the Blank family. However, I prefer when somebody calls the company, it's either the owner they're dealing with or a person from the owner, and it's a tight-knit handful of employees that excel at what they're doing.
Right. I don't run salesmen. I run all the sales myself. So
people
it's
are
a little
the owner.
easier and a little more personal, and I'm a little more hands-on with a lot of the jobs.
Love it.
If we're shorthanded, I'm in the field with the guys.
So that's the way it should be. So when we bring Eric on later, I want to ask him when's the best time to water your lawn. Daytime, nighttime, is watering too much with all the rain we've had? Do you even need to water lawn anymore? Are sprinklers a myth in Michigan? Sprinkler guys aren't going to be happy telling you that. But hey, what the hell? Okay, so let's get into our topics. And by the way, we got some good topics today. Let me give everyone a quick rundown. House flipping myths. 7 house flipping myths. You don't need to make money on flipping houses. That's one of the myths. We're going to divulge on that because I get crazy.
Need to make money.
Well, I'm in business to make money. I'm not practicing anymore.
No, I gave up practicing years ago.
I flipped literally a couple hundred houses. And I want you to know I lost money in the first 10, at least, for sure. But anyways, I digress. How much electricity do different items in your house use? Whether it's an electric heater, pool heater, a CFL bulb, incandescent bulb, all the crazy electrical things. The other one I want to, and this is for you, the construction, a pergola versus a gazebo. Is there a difference? What's the difference? We're going to discuss that. But right now I want to talk about what is a contractor. All you need to know about what contractors can do. So I recently got an email from a homeowner that said, hey, Adam, I'm looking to hire a contractor to renovate my house. Someone I know suggests I look into a professional contractor. I know this might be a silly question, but what exactly is a contractor and how can they help? So literally, if you ask a homeowner, an electrician, a contractor, renovation guy, what is a contractor? You're going to get different answers.
Always.
Right?
Everybody's got their own theory on what a contractor is today.
Exactly. There's a definition is different. You know, if you just do installer, if you're just a window guy, are you a window guy or are you a contractor? You know what I'm saying? So let's just take the umbrella and stay in our own lane. We're in the construction business, right?
Correct.
So A contractor, and you tell me if you think that you agree with me or not. A contractor is a person or organization who is hired by a client to complete an element or elements of a building project. There are several types of contractors with various roles and responsibilities. So the type of contractor hired will depend on the nature of the job. Typically speaking, however, the term contractor will refer to either a general contractor or a subcontractor. Do you agree with that so far?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a big difference between a contractor and a subcontractor.
Right, and the word is used, the term contractor is used loosely sometimes because you can be a roofing contractor. You can be a landscape contractor, an electrical contractor. Are you a contractor? You know what I'm saying? You're subdividing it.
Right. And I don't think just because you do just landscaping, you're a contractor. Or if you just do roofing, you're more of a contractor. Contractor's more of a general term.
Correct.
And I think that kind of goes with the whole fact of that you do multiple things.
Yeah.
Yes, you might be a landscaper. That's fine, but you're not a contractor for it. You don't have 50 subcontractors underneath you doing all the jobs for you. You're
right.
specializing, especially like you said, with a mid-sized company, you're specializing in one area of the construction industry.
Could be like a doctor. I'm a foot doctor. I'm a head doctor, nose doctor,
or you're a general doctor. Where you do everything.
Yeah. Pediatric. There's a crazy stuff. You're right. So we all know what contractors mean now. Anyways, 248-539-9797. We're going to take a quick break. I'll give you all a shout out, especially my boys, the plumbing guys. The gas guys. We're going to talk about them in a minute. I reached out to me last night. Anyways, my name's Adam Helfman. We have a great show lined up. Keep it locked in here. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio. Welcome back, Brad.
Thank you.
So let's talk about house flipping myths. A lot of people like to flip houses. The real estate market is on fire. According to Adobe Real Estate, they just house gets on the market and just sells immediately. Multiple offers, right? It's crazy. So it makes sense. Oh, I got extra money. I'm going to flip some houses. Well, right now, if you're going to buy a house to flip, you better steal it because it's so hard to find a house. But let's take a look at some of these myths, and let's discuss you and I. So one of the myths is you need to make money on a house. So one of the most common misconceptions about the business is that real estate investing is reserved for the wealthy. Many people think that you have to already have a great deal of expendable income to purchase a property. Right there, that's not true.
No.
You got to get crafty.
Income?
Right. While money does make things easier, i.e., I understand that, it's still very possible to buy properties with no money of your own. The answer is, and I'm really good at this, OPM, other people's money.
Exactly.
Right? So many flippers often choose to purchase properties by using a loan. Over time, if everything goes as planned, you'll generate through enough expendable income that you can then switch to paying for your properties in cash. Makes perfect sense. Check the land bank out in Detroit. You can go on the land bank database and website, find houses for $1,000, $2,000. Now, you got to put a crap ton of money in them, but you can buy them for cheap. There's another way. You can buy a house on a land contract.
Correct.
So there's some things you can do. And by the way, if you have a question this morning about flipping houses, plumbing, gas guys, gas lines, or whatever it is, text us 248-539-9797. And shout out to the gas guys out of Lake Orion. They do plumbing. They're out listening today. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for texting and tuning in. We appreciate that. I'm interested in tankless water heaters. I wonder if these guys do that. Text me, let me know.
That'd be nice.
I like tankless water heaters, don't you?
Yes, I love them.
You know what? I don't, there's brands, Naritz, Navion, Takagi, all kinds of stuff. For me, the best tankless water system is?
I like Realm myself.
Rheem?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're good. So, and then Rinnai. There's another one, yeah. So, for me, the best tankless water heater is the one that's installed properly. But you can't go to the big box store, though, and get one of them. I'm going to tell you, you got to go to, like, Advanced Plumbing or Infusion Kitchen.
I would stay away from the big box stores for stuff like that.
For anything. Look I had guys in the big box stores with the back of their trucks open. They're like, hey, I got 2x4s over here. They're half the price inside. Just pay cash.
Interesting people outside of Home Depot sometimes.
Well, I'm very upset right now. I'm very, very upset. Like, literally, I don't know what to do with myself. I've lost sleep. You know why?
Why?
There's no more hot dogs at Home Depot.
Oh, I'm telling you. Even Menards had a place up north where I go all the time. They had a hot dog stand out there, and they got rid of it.
Okay, so there's got to be a conspiracy about the hot dogs at Home Depot or the big box stores going away. In fact, we should start a petition. And if you're listening right now, text me. Should we go after Home Depot and ask them what's going on with them hot dogs? Like a hot dog controversy, right, Jen? Jen knows. We got a hot dog controversy going on right now. Hot dog gate.
Put it outside the store. Why's it got to be inside?
Well, I'm looking at this as opportunity because I was going to come up with a brand called Healthy's Hot Dogs with a big H. Forget Hire It Done or Hire It Done hot dogs. And then and here's the deal. You sign up for Hire It Done, you get leads, you get on the website, you come on the show, and you get a chance to work at the hot dog stand, the Hire It Done hot dog stand.
How about just the Hire It Done contractors get free hot dogs?
Well, that's automatic. Come on now. Of course, I'll have two kinds of hot dogs. I'll have the kosher dogs, all beef, Hebrew Nationals, because they answer to a higher authority. Dun, 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 dun. And then we'll get the ballpark Franks for the, those are I used to go to Home Depot, get a hot dog on the way in, eat it while I'm blasting up every aisle. And then on the way out, I'd have another one, pop one back. Like, no questions asked. Right?
I used to eat them for lunch every day. If I had to go to Home Depot, it was at lunchtime, grab a hot dog on the way out, and off you go.
What's that website? Change.org? What's the one you can do like a survey or a petition or a...
I think it is change.org.
Yeah. We're going to start one for Bring Back the Hot Dogs at Home Depot.
Healthy's Hot Dogs.
Healthy's Hot Dogs, right? Hire It Done hot dogs or Healthy's Hot Dogs? What do you think? 248-539-9797. So house flipping myths busted. So you don't need to have money to make money. Real estate is always risky.
Always. You never know what's going to happen from today to tomorrow.
Here, let me read what this article said. Oftentimes, property investing is associated with risk. Sometimes markets depreciate and unforeseen problems occur, resulting in negative profit. Well, we lived through that in '06, right? Most people's houses were like destroyed or whatever you want to call it, lost a lot of things. However, there are certain ways you can avoid this risk or at least minimize it considerably. So let's take a look at this. One of the ways you can do this is by wholesaling. While a standard fix and flip can be a make or break if it's your first project, wholesaling is a safe road for newbies. Wholesaling can be a great stepping stone because if done properly, you don't have to spend any money on your own or borrow any. Instead, you find a property, put it under contract, then you find a buyer who will close in your place. You receive a wholesaler fee in return. So that's like, I'm going to buy your house, Brad, and I'm going to sign on the dotted line. And then I have a buyer waiting. And instead of me showing up to closing, the buyer shows up. And let's say you sell me the house for $100,000. I go to the buyer for $105,000. And at closing, I get $5,000. He gets the house. You get your $100,000, and everyone's happy.
Correct.
That's like, I would call that a unicorn. That happens rarely.
In the perfect world.
Right. I had a piece of property in Birmingham, a double lot, 2 lots split to one. I was going to pay $750 for the house and the lot, split it, and then get 2 lots, and then each lot I was going to sell for $650. So 1.3.
Yeah.
Nice little score, right?
All about making money.
Licking my chops, got the deal going. 5 brothers and sisters owned the property. They all had to agree, got everyone to agree except for one. I'm out there secretly shopping it around, found a builder. I'll take both immediately. I said, well, you better line up your bank because we ain't doing this without, you showing me proof of funds and stuff. So I'm really navigating this as best I can. And the one sister in the house backed out at the last minute saying, oh, a friend of hers is going to buy it, blah, blah, blah. So I said to the brothers, listen, if it falls through, call me back. I'll take it. I got my financing ready to go. And I got a couple builders now. But it's like you're walking on eggshells because you just don't know,
When you're dealing with family members, it's hard, especially when there's multiple. The parents aren't there anymore. The
Right.
kids are taking over. A lot of the kids just don't want to be bothered and they want to get rid of it.
Right.
And then there's the one who
greedy
wants
one.
the $1 million out of it
Right.
and
Well,
isn't
they
going
already-
to settle for less.
And that's how I found out about it because they went to Hire Done and said, we have this house my mom lived in, my dad built it, blah, blah, blah. She was a hoarder. And I sent a few contractors who were like, Adam, this is a teardown. This is terrible. So that's it. I said, hey, I'll just buy it from you guys. And I met the brothers. They're all like, yeah. The 2 sisters, yeah, I'll do it. And the other ones, I'm going to talk to my attorney. And I'm going to talk to this. And I've got a friend who's a contractor. And I got this. And there's always one. But so the deal's in play. All right, here's another myth. You have to be a contractor to flip houses.
Absolutely not. I know a lot of couples that have been buying them for the last 10, 15 years, husband and wife teams, and they're doing everything themselves on them.
Right. And and I agree. Some people just borrow from the 401k. But here's the thing. You know what's made house flipping popular?
DIY.
That plus HGTV, all these TV shows. Like in 30-minute TV show, you think you can remodel a bathroom for $1,500.
Yeah.
You think you can landscape and put in brick pavers around everything. And what happens? It's 28 minutes later. And then the contractor says, well, it'll take 3 weeks. We'll be there, though, in 2 months.
Yeah.
People are like, what? What? Are you crazy?
And they tell you the bathroom was only $1,500. They forgot to tell you about the $7,000 in labor that went into it. That was just the parts and pieces from
Fuzzy
a box
math.
store.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up with home flipping myths, and then we're going to talk about how much energy do electricity and products in your house really use. My name's Adam Helfman. We got Brad Klaus, Peaks Construction. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. My name's Adam Helfman. We're talking about 7 house flipping myths busted. I've got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio. We also got Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. He'll be coming on in a minute. He's a landscaper. We're going to be talking to him. I want to know what the best brick paver is for the houses. Is brick paver or stamped concrete more popular? We're going to figure it out. But let's finish up our flipping myths. So you don't have to be a contractor to flip houses, what we said. And you're right. You can be an investor. You can be someone that's like, yeah, I saw it on TV. Let's try it. It's riskier because you don't have experience. However, some people get lucky, and I encourage it.
I encourage everybody to try everything. So
I have had people who bought houses and then go to Hire It Done, and they're like, I need 3 bids for this, 3 bids for that. I'm like, we're not a bidding service. If you want, Hire It Done is for people that are ready to go, and that's literally how we do it. But you know how that goes, Brad. How you've had the people call you.
I've been in houses with 10 bids sitting on the counter, and your first words out of your mouth are, "What are you looking for?"
Right? I'm looking for entertainment on a Wednesday night. I don't really want a roof. I just want to have contractors come over and entertain me.
I have no friends.
Right? I'm bored. You should always sell right away. As you may have heard before, the longer you hold on to a property, the more money you'll lose.
Exactly.
It's true. If you're making payments every month.
And you're paying taxes and everything else to go with it.
So the key is, while striking facts like these suggest that you buy and sell as quickly as possible, you don't always have to, and here's why. Instead of wholesaling or fixing and flipping, you could try and buy and hold. There are 2 main ways you can profit from this. First, you can rent out the property to a tenant or tenants for a monthly profit. Second, you could hold on to the house until it appreciates, and you can sell it for a great value. Now, let me add to that. Recently, I've had some people contact me and said, hey, we're from New York. We're investors. We're buying a tranche of homes in Detroit. And I'm like, you are? What for? And he goes, we're turning them into Airbnbs. I'm like, oh. He goes, we need to make them IKEA friendly, West Elm, gray cabinets, white, kind of eclectic, but, foo-foo.
Hot colors this year.
Yeah, the popular stuff. And we just need honest contractors. And your name keeps coming up every time we Google things. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll help you. I got a crew, no problem. However, there's your fix and flip. If you want to flip and you can't sell, why not make an Airbnb out of it?
That's easy, especially if you got somebody to take care of it and you sign up with all the sites. You don't have to do anything. You just sit back and let it go.
Keep it simple. That's the best way to do it. So, again, I'm not against flipping houses. I'm all for it. I help a lot of people. I consult with a lot of people on that. They call me up, hey, can you help us? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So it's fun. It's physical. It's hands-on. It's something to do. It's exciting. And there's sheer moments of terror.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to find when you open up some of those houses.
Exactly. By the way, it's Shout Out Saturday, 248-539-9797. Text us if you have a question that Google can't answer. Or if you're a contractor and you want to shout out, love to say hello to you. And thank you for listening. So, Brad, let me ask you this. How much electricity does different items in your house use?
Oh, major difference.
A lot, right? So, portable electric heater.
Oh, they use a ton of electricity. They're the worst.
So you know what a portable electric heater is? It's a hair blower. You ever seen, like, when you're a little hair blower, like Conair or whatever they call them? They take the same exact motor and everything in it. They tune it down for the speeds. They put it in a square box. You plug it in and it's the same thing, and it heats up and just blows hot air. Now, some of them don't have the blowers, and it's just the coils, right?
Yeah, just a radiant.
Yeah. 1,500 watts, right? Sounds okay, big deal. Well, here it is. So electric heater that draws 1,500 watts or 1.5 kilowatts per hour. Think about that. It's about 20 cents of electricity an hour.
Yeah, if you got 4 or 5 of them going in your house.
Right. It's not cheap, and it adds up fast. So then if you want to offset it, you get a fluorescent bulb, CFL, compact fluorescent light, right?
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, don't use those anymore. They've got mercury in them. Okay. You know how much mercury's in one little curly Q pigtail bulb?
Not much.
Like a part per million, like a micron. It's like, enough to just pimple on your butt. So my point is, but they provide about 10,000 hours of light. And it's super cheap, right? And if you compare the compact fluorescent light to an incandescent bulb, it uses about 50% of that energy.
Right.
Now, today we have LED, right?
Which is even less.
Right. LED uses 3 watts to give you the same light output as a 60 watt. And a compact fluorescent bulb uses 13 watts. So 3 watts, 13 watts, 60 watts, all give you the same light. I go for the 3 watts. Now, what's the downside of LED? It used to be they gave off a lot of heat. Now, and they were the wrong light. But now you have three colors.
Yeah, you've got natural, bright
yellow,
white, and an off white.
And you have the little switch. So they've actually perfected them. My opinion, go with the LED. And we're going to do an analysis coming up on the differences.
I switched all my stuff to LED, and it was a huge difference just in the electric bill every month.
So they say here's the best thing. If everyone in America switched 2 or 3 bulbs in their house to an LED bulb from an incandescent, everyone that has a house, according to the Department of Energy, we would solve the energy crisis. Literally. Solve it. So you can be burning coal, you can be electric plug-ins, or whatever you want to call Mr. Green people. Just by changing 2 to 3 bulbs in your house, everybody, though, we could solve the energy usage. And we have this, you hear the infrastructure, the grid, everything's falling apart. The sky is falling.
Yeah, regular basis.
Right. If you did that, we would solve it. So why not, here, President Adam Helfman, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. Here's the deal. For the year 2022 in your taxes, for every dollar you spend on an LED bulb for your house, up to 10 bulbs, whatever it is, you get to write dollar for dollar off on your taxes. So if you spend $100 in LED bulbs, go to the big box store, go to Michigan Chandelier, go wherever you want, take that receipt, staple it to your tax returns, take your deduction, and guess what? Not only am I making it free to you, I'm telling, the electrical providers, I'm doing them a service. Greenhouse gas goes down, the global warming goes down, and I'm a hero. Brad,
Maybe.
Would you vote for me?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'd vote for you. We got a Mr. Taggett over here yelling at us because we're not talking about roofs this morning.
We're your co-host. We're going to be talking to go. We're going to talk to Taggett.
Tell him he needs to pipe down for a few minutes over there.
Shout out to Adam Taggett. He's another hired done roofer. Good guy. I'm glad that he's listening.
One of the best roof problem solver guys I know.
Yeah. Clearly solution-minded. Great guy. 248-539-9797. If you have a question Google can't answer, or if you want a shout-out, we'd love to give it to you. Computer printers. How much? They take 4 to 6 watts to run. Air conditioners take a lot. What do you think the number one thing in your house that takes the most electric? What do you think it is? It's got to be refrigerator AC, right?
AC is going to be high.
Yeah.
It's going to be your biggest pull.
It's got to be.
Tubs, AC.
Or your dryer. 2.5 watts to 4 kilowatts per load. Yeah. We got to get it up. By the way, do you have a generator in your house?
Yes. Yep.
I want one. I had one. Lightning struck it. Literally. I need another one. When I went to call and order one, guess what happened?
Can't find one.
6 months wait list.
Really?
Yeah. But I want a Kohler. I'm not getting another brand. I'm getting Kohler. 25 kilowatts.
We just put one in my mom's house, and it's the
Generac?
the Generac. That's
They're
a
good.
nice system.
If they're installed properly. So here's what I want to do. I want to do the 25 kW generator, whatever brand we talk. I want it to tie into the whole house battery, right? Generac has a battery. Tesla has a house battery. And that seems to be the new trend, where you take a solar cell on your roof, and the sun charges a battery all day. And then at night, your house goes off grid for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, right?
Right.
And then
That makes a big difference in your energy bill.
oh, yeah. Again, another energy-saving trick for the home improvement industry. And then during the day, it charges itself back up. And then you got the backup battery every Sunday, or the generator. So when the tornado comes through or the extreme weather, you got, when you're out of power, you got that going.
Generator turns on, and you're back up and running again.
What's your opinion of solar?
I like it in a lot of ways. I don't think it's quite perfected yet. A lot of customers I've seen have been getting them, doing the solar panels on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
But, DTE doesn't buy back power anymore. Before they were buying it back.
I think they're trying to jam up the solar industry.
I believe that's exactly what they're trying to do.
I
But
wanna
it does
get-
save
Jason
homeowners money
Waller.
in the meantime, because they can go off grid for a day or two and they go back on grid. So instead of running 30 days of power, you're running 15 days.
Makes sense. All right, we're going to take another quick break. 248-539-9797. We're going to talk about pergolas and gazebos. What's the difference when we come back? My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got the best in studio right now. Brad Klaus, Peaks Construction. In fact, I'm kind of hungry. I might open it. Brad brought me some cookies from his wife. She's a cookie maker. Sweet Bee Cookies. Literally the real deal. Go on Facebook and look at Sweet Bee Cookies by Rosa. Rosa?
Yep.
I like that. Last time you were here, she made me like cookies with like a frosting on them.
Yeah, she made the ones with your face on it.
To die for. Literally, they were so good.
Yeah.
I blew out like 3 cookies before I left the studio. It was like 9 a.m. and I like that whole day.
Sugar rush.
So someone texted in a question. By the way, if you have a question this morning, text us 248-539-9797. Or if you're a contractor and you want a shout out, we'd love to say hello to you. So it says, Aaron, is there a ballpark cost per square foot we should look for in a roof to tear off and replace? Got a few quotes, and literally one was 50% more than the other. And then they're like, oh, I meant to say Adam. Adam, Aaron, it's all the same. Starts with an A. It's all that matters. So, Brad, since you're a roofer, and by the way, Brad owns a company called Peaks Construction. So is there a ballpark cost per square foot? So, like, literally, when people say, hey, Adam, can I get a ballpark figure? You know what I say to them? Do you want Comerica Park or do you want Tiger Stadium?
Exactly.
Because there's difference.
Well, there's a big difference. If you're just selling a shingle and you don't care what your underlayments are, your ventilation, your other stuff like that, and you're just looking for a bargain deal, that's a big difference. But most everybody today is selling a system, whether it's an Owens & Corning system, it's a GAF system, it's a CertainTeed system, whatever. The systems are better always because you're buying all the material from the same company. All that does is boost your warranty so that the company knows you're putting the right stuff down with it.
You think that's the way to go?
It's the only way to go today because shingle manufacturers are no different than car manufacturers. If they can find a way to get out of it, they're going to get out of it.
So let me ask you a question. So you, what brand shingle do you usually rep? You do any shingle, but you have like a CertainTeed? Or
CertainTeed's my main one, and then I use Owens & Corning as well.
Okay. So, but CertainTeed has a system where you use their underlayment.
Correct.
Okay.
They have a 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star warranty, which means you use 3 products, 4 products, or 5 products from them. They're 3 stars. There's no questions and if or buts or money involved in it. The 4-star, there's a little bit of money to buy per square, and the 5-star includes an inspection from CertainTeed, which means that even if the contractor goes out of business, CertainTeed's going to still stand behind that warranty for 50 years.
That's awesome. So I've never had a hire done roofing contractor go out of business. So let me ask you a question. All the hire done roofing contractors go by using a system.
Most of them do. Yep.
So your CertainTeed, Kangaroo, who's a hire done contractor, they're a CertainTeed.
There's CertainTeed and GAF.
Yeah, they do GAF as well. Tittle does the
Owens & Corning.
Owens Corning.
Yeah.
You're CertainTeed. Does Taggett?
He is OC.
Yeah, he does a little bit of both.
CertainTeed.
So my question is if you're a homeowner and they say, okay, I had a roofer said, doesn't matter what's under the shingle. It's my installers. It's my guys. My roofing underlayment's from China. You know, I don't know. How do you overcome that they're buying cheaper material, but they're using the one brand shingle that you wanted, right?
Right.
How do you overcome that?
Usually I tell everybody the same thing. Today, especially with today's energy standards, we wrap the houses so tight that if they're not done correctly, all they do is create mold in your house. They have to breathe. They have to have the right stuff underneath it. They have to have that ventilation correct. Biggest thing is, you're going to spend $10,000 or $20,000 on a roof.
Yeah.
You want a warranty or not?
Yeah.
So if you want a warranty, you stick with your systems. You stick with your systems, the warranties are there. When you start doing things backwards, like not using the right cap, not using the right ice and water, using black felt, which still carries under most of the warranties today, but everybody's pushing more towards the synthetics, and that's what they're recommending. So they recommend it. I would say use it.
I gotcha. Makes perfect sense to me. So let me ask you this. You were talking about the proper roof, and we all know the best roof, and it gets cliche, but it's the truth. The best roof is the one that's installed properly, whether it's Owens Corning, CertainTeed, GAF, IKO, Tamco, or the Brown Thunder Shield from Canada. So the question is this: for me the key components are intake, exhaust, ventilation, and ventilation. At the break, you and I talked about it. I told you that, and you agreed with me, that sometimes ridge venting just doesn't look, I don't love it. And then you said, there's a filter in there. And then I'm like, well, you don't have filters in can vents. And you're like, yeah, can vents if they're done enough of them, it's the best way.
And it over exceeds the ridge vent. A lot of houses, you don't have the footage to even put the ridge vent on. So, but I'm not a big fan of ridge vent myself. I like the can vents. It's a hole. It works. The ridge vent does have a filter in it. You have to change your furnace filter. Why would you expect that filter to last 50 years when you change your filter in your furnace?
So
every
a ridge
6
vent
months.
filter. So the ridge vent, remember they used to call it the Cobra. There was a brand called Cobra
Yeah,
ridge vent. They
Cobra's
have
still
Cobra?
out there.
So if you squish that, it like actually stops the airflow.
Right.
And I've had them nail them down too tight.
Right. Everybody nails them down with a nail gun. They're supposed to be hand nailed down to begin with, and the cap's supposed to be hand nailed down, but nobody does it anymore. All the crews out there just like to shoot them down, and then they throw the cap over the top of it and shoot it down, and then you squish off. Now you don't have the right exhaust.
Right. I gotcha. Well, that makes sense. So it's worth it to pay for what you call a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star system.
Right. And with Owens and Corning, you have preferred contractor and top of the roof contractor. Those are the ones that can sell the best warranties out there to go with Owens and Corning. GAF has their Golden Pledge warranties, which you have to be certified with to get them out there. But the manufacturers are backing them, whether you're in business or not.
So what about the guys who come out and quote you and say, I'm not a roofer, but I'm going to give you a great price because I'm a consultant? Or they've changed their name a few times.
Yeah, there's always the one that's out there that's a consultant, but yet he's getting checks written to his name.
Yeah, what do you do about it?
Doing
That's fraud.
things like that.
It's complete fraud.
Making homeowners pay for materials up front, asking for cash.
Okay, so if a roofer comes to a homeowner, let's give a homeowner tips right now. And by the way, if you have a question, 248-539-9797. We're talking roofing with Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction. If you have a question, text us, 248-539-9797. What are some tips we can give homeowners right now? Do not give a check written out to the contractor's name or to the personal. Right?
No, it has to go in the business name by law. If you're selling through your business, your contract is your business, you're supposed to write the check directly to the company.
What if the contractor says, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to give you a better deal tonight. I need you to write a check directly to the supplier. That way, shingles are paid for. You don't have to worry. Is that a red flag? Because I'm thinking the supplier made him COD, like cut him off.
Exactly. If they need that kind of money up front, don't use them. If they're asking for $4,000 or $5,000 down, why? And they can't get to you for 6 or 8 weeks. So, how would you feel about having $5,000 out for 8 weeks and you don't hear from the guy?
Right.
You should be able to do a roof. Most roof jobs are between a day and 3 days. You should be able to float all your material, everything else, if you're legitimate. If you're legitimate, you got accounts everywhere. You should be able to pick up the phone, call, it's delivered, and you don't have to worry.
Where do you buy your shingles
from? I use Beacon as well as I use Gulf Eagle Supply. Those are my two biggest guys that I deal with.
Golf used to be
Square Deal.
Square Deal, yeah.
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're doing well.
And the Beacon. I've never heard of Beacon. Is it a new one?
Beacon is now taken over Allied and a few
got it.
other ones, and they've bought out a lot of the smaller ones.
So there's a big consolidation going on.
Yeah, it seems to be all the big companies are buying out everything now.
So how's supply? Like if you have to order shingles, is it a wait? What's going on?
Most of the stuff right now, they've switched down to just the basic popular colors, black, brown, a pewter, weatherwood, driftwood, everything that everybody likes. So
the most
it's
80%
not so
of
bad
it.
this year. Last year it was horrible. I mean, 1 month you could get a color, next you were waiting 8 weeks for it. So hasn't been as bad this year. There are still some that are difficult to get once in a while. And the colors, like I said, are limited. So that's why we're pushing 2 different shingle manufacturers, because we can get a little bit more color that way.
It makes sense. 248-539-9797. We got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio. Brad, what's your biggest issue this year? Is it labor, cost of material? Where like if you could solve one of your major issues, what would it be?
Labor.
So you're having labor issues too?
Everybody is. I don't know anybody that's not in a trade, whether it's a union trade or anything else, that they can find people to even want to come to the apprenticeships. You used to have to pay to go to an apprenticeship. Now they're paying you to go sit in a classroom and learn.
I love it. I'm going to be Professor Healthy. I want to start teaching people. I'm really good at that. I'm good at a few things. 248-539-9797. Ballpark price on a 15-square roof. Should we be looking between $5,000 to $8,000 or $9,000 to $12,000? So let's break this down, Brad. 15-square roof, but is it a 2-layer tear-off? Is it a 1-layer tear-off? What's the pitch? We have a lot of that. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to break down a 15-square roof for this homeowner. And also, what's your opinion of metal roofs? Gary in Commerce wants to know. Everyone lock it in. We're going to give you the breakdown when we come back with Brad Klaus, Exterior Experts, and we're going to bring in our friend Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Good morning. This is Hard Time. My name's Adam Helfman. Great Saturday so far. Having a good time. Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio. I don't know why I bastardize your name every time, but
I don't know.
I apologize on the air to the millions of viewers, listeners. So we were talking about roofing.
Correct.
And we had some really good questions come in. One of them was ballpark price on a 15-square roof. Should we be looking for something between $5,000 and $8,000 or $9,000 to $12,000? So a 15-square roof. Let's just set the scenario, okay? One layer tear off
On plywood.
on plywood. What are you thinking?
Walkable.
Oh yeah, 512 pitch, 5 or 612. Is that considered walkable?
Probably 5,000 to 8,000.
Between 5 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you get so if this person got so between 5 and 8, not 9 to 10, 9 to 12. All right, there you go. And you if they call you today, you'll stand by that
Yeah, absolutely.
based on that criteria. What's the phone number for people to call you?
586-789-7927.
Or go to Higher Time. Peaks is on the website. Pretty easy. Here's another one. Which do you prefer? A metal roof on asphalt, on an asphalt roof, or no? Maybe you meant metal roof or asphalt roof. And why am I purchasing a house that needs a roof within 6 months? So let's do metal or asphalt. What are your thoughts?
I like shingles better than I do metal. There's nothing wrong with the metal. The cost is extraordinary this year with the metal prices. The steel's all over the place. But so are the shingle prices.
Is a metal roof, if it's installed properly, the last roof you ever have to buy?
Metal roofs are guaranteed for most of them for 40 years. The metal is, but no different than anything else. Something hits it, scratches it.
Dent.
It's still
Can
metal
hail
that's going to
dent
rust.
a metal roof?
It'll dent it.
When we've had a lot of hailstorms this year. If hail hits your metal roof, is it like you're listening to a marching band?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Let's go back to the 15-square roof, 6,000 to 8,000. You said.
Yeah.
If it was metal, would it be 12 to 16,000, or would it be 20 grand?
It's probably going to be in about the 15,000 range.
1,000 a square.
Yeah.
Easily. That's crazy. That's cray. Here's one. Have you ever? Oh no, we don't want to do that one. So your opinion on metal roofs, if it's done right, you could do it, but you can give a asphalt shingle just as good. And
You can run a 50-year warranty with no problem.
so why do you think someone would say I need a new roof in 6 months?
Probably the insurance company came out to photograph the house and they just decided that they need a new roof, whether they want it or not. Insurance company standards have changed a lot. It has a lot to do with the storm chasers, everybody else out there, and they don't want to insure anything if they don't know it's a good roof.
I think you're right. Literally, I think you're right. Someone else texted in, what kind of floor would you recommend for a kitchen that's worth the price point for the quality? Do you
Vinyl
do
plank.
kitchens?
Yes. Yeah, we do kitchens. We do a lot of vinyl plank today. Everybody seems to like it. It's waterproof. Everything else easy clean.
Mold resistant, yeah. So luxury LVT, luxury vinyl plank, luxury vinyl tile.
Yep.
I had a flood in my basement. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's
Yeah.
real nice.
I think I'm gonna. And then I have this for my workout room. I have this Kinetics. It's called. It's like a rubber floor,
Yeah.
but it's like a process, and it's got like colors on it. It's kind of cool. I'm ordering that as well, so I'm kind of excited. 248-539-9797. We've got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction, and have you ever done any celebrities?
We have done. We did Tim Allen's house out in
Birmingham.
I did Steve Eiserman's house out in Birmingham.
I did Barry Sanders'
Did you?
kitchen. I did his kitchen. I did his driveway. He was so cool.
Everybody
he lives in
was
Rochester
super
Hills all the
nice.
time.
I mean, everybody I've run into has been a celebrity or well known, has always been a great customer.
Maybe you'll do work for me. I'm kidding.
Okay, the somewhat celebrity.
Yeah, in my head, in my own head. No, I offer a service. That's what I'm not a celebrity. I actually just offer a service for homeowners. That's how I look at it. 248-539-9797. You build garages.
Yes.
How is that business right now?
Slow.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
What's
the
the average
prices are
garage?
so high. I guess I'm a little different than everybody else is because what I see and what the prices are this year, I see starting to mellow and I see the prices coming down.
Yep.
So if you're going to pay an extra $20,000, I mean, if you want to pay that, that's great because you got to have it done.
You can advise people, hey, wait a few minutes.
I've got quite a few customers that are waiting till next year till the prices adjust a little bit.
And that's a risk though because prices adjust. You're saying the prices should come back down, and I think you're right. But what if they don't? What if they go back up or go higher? Oy. A
Then
big oy vey is what
then
I'm
it's going to
saying.
be 10 times worse. But
Oh, I gotcha.
foresight out there from a lot of people that I'm hearing that wood prices are going to start to regulate a little bit, probably by the end of this year.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. So let's talk about garages. You build a garage, 2-car garage, you put a slab. These are detached, right?
Yep.
So
I do
slab-
attached as well.
Okay. So let's talk about a detached. You do a slab. Was it a rat wall, or they don't let you do that
It's got to
anymore?
be a footing.
So 42?
Yep.
Okay.
Full footing, Corsa block, build your garage. You know, everything out the door.
You ever done concrete leveling?
No, I don't have the
Let me tell you
equipment
something. I
for it.
encountered a company recently, Flat Earth Concrete Leveling. You ever heard of them?
Mm-mm. No, I
Kind of a
haven't.
great name, right? And bottom line is I'm really intrigued by it because I have a huge driveway. And so I had my concrete contractors come and give me a price to replace like a bunch of slabs.
Concrete's high this year.
$60,000 for my driveway. Now I have a circle drive and it goes up the side of my house, so it's big. But $60,000?
$1 for a
I'd
driveway.
rather get. I'm like, listen, I'll get a Tesla. I don't need a driveway. So meanwhile, I come up with these flat Earth guys. Whoa, I'm so impressed. I can't wait to talk about it. But I want to talk more about garages when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio, and we're talking home improvement. Text us 248-539-9797 if you got a question Google can't answer. We'll be right back. Good morning. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're back. We're talking with Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction. Brad, what's the website for you?
Peaksconstruction.com.
That's an easy one. Peaks, Peaks.
Correct.
Construction.com. And joining us in the Hired Done studio with us right now is Daryl McNall. He's a general manager of Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
I'm like so good right now. I don't know what to do with myself.
Great.
So let's tell the audience. I've known Precision Garage Door for a long time. Tell everyone a little bit about Precision Garage Door.
Well, we're a locally owned business right here in Metro Detroit. We've been in the market for about 20 years. We specialize in residential garage door services. We've been around and like to do a great job for you guys.
So let me ask this. And we've got Brad. Brad, you build garages.
Correct.
Have you ever used Precision?
No.
Okay. So when you give a garage, do you put a garage opener and everything in that for someone?
Correct. Yep.
Is there a brand that you use?
Clopay we use a lot, and we use a couple other off brands.
Okay.
So,
I wasn't sure. So, Daryl from Precision Garage Door, let me ask you a question. Most of your service is repair and then replace like the old motor, the old, horsepower, whatever, and upgrade. Is that what it be? Or do you do new construction as well?
We do new construction. Most of our business is with repair and then door replacement. So the homeowner has the choice between either repairing their existing door to make sure it works properly or, going down the replace option.
I like that. We're talking with Daryl McNall. He's a general manager of Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Where are you guys located?
Our home office is out of Redford. We service everywhere from Lansing all the way down to Monroe, Flint. So,
so the lower half of the state. Good job. I love that. Yeah. So what's the number one problem that garage, is it the spring brakes? What is it that usually is like, oh, man?
Usually the biggest thing is the education with the homeowner and proper maintenance of the door. We go in and we find a lot of times the homeowner takes for granted the garage door, so we need to make it important to them.
That's a good idea, actually. Let me ask. So when you say proper maintenance of a garage door, so everyone out here, we're talking about the big overhead door. You hit the button, and you hit it, it goes down. And, of course, when the spring breaks, we always know your car's in the garage. It's never on the outside, right? I mean, that's like Murphy's Law. Isn't that correct?
Always. It always breaks at the worst time.
Right. On a Saturday or a Sunday in the weekend.
And when you have to be somewhere and you're running late.
And you're screwed. So you just mentioned maintenance. Well, I love that. So let's talk about maintenance of a proper garage door. First of all, how long or how often should someone you change the oil every 7,500 miles? You change your air filter in your house, in your furnace, every month or every 6 months. What kind of maintenance does somebody need to do in a garage door?
The most simple maintenance is using a garage door lubricant and lubing all the metal parts of your door about every 6 months. Just to make sure they stay nice and fresh and they move the way they should. If you hear any noises that seem unusual or it starts being loud and creaky, probably a good time to have someone come out and do a checkup. We do service 7 days a week. Saturdays and Sundays are the same wage as any other day. So
it's not like an overtime show up.
There is not. We're always the same. We get garage doors break 7 days a week, so we're there for you 24/7.
I love that. So if somebody wants to call and get a garage door, do you do a maintenance checkup? Do people call you for that? Or
we do. All of our technicians are 100% IDEA certified. We come out, we do a full 25-point safety inspection of your garage door and your operator, assess your needs, and ideally we would like to repair it. But if we have to replace it, we do free in-home estimates on all garage door replacements.
Oh, I love that. So the phone number for Precision Overhead Garage Door Service is 800 Door Repair. I love that. So easy.
Can't forget it.
Yeah. So for me, you got to spray some lubricant on the springs. Now, is there a special like a silicone? Is it a WD-40 or is it a lithium? Is it a grease? What do you guys recommend? Is there a brand or should you just go to like a hardware store and buy garage door spray?
That's the easiest way to go.
Okay.
So if you just do, we tend to stay away from a WD-40. But if
Right.
you go and you just buy garage door lubricant, there's several brands out there. That works the easiest.
Okay. Now, I have a garage door that used to like make this exploding noise when it opened. And then I had the rollers replaced with nylon rollers. So you used to have metal rollers in the garage.
Yeah.
They replaced them with like rollerblade wheels. And I'm like, that's so cool. And it just, it sounded it lower. But now it's like, oh, I need to upgrade my operator. And what do they call it? The motor? What do they call the garage door motor?
We call it an operator.
Okay.
People call it motor, the
Engine.
machine.
What is this? Third horsepower, half power? Is it still measured in those, or is it?
It absolutely is. And there's a lot of cool features right now. A lot of them are Wi-Fi enabled. They can connect to your phone. You can
I love
monitor
that.
your garage door anywhere.
Is there only what brand is like? Is it LiftMasters the number one brand, or you guys use other brands? too?
We specialize in LiftMaster products. It's the premium brand out there. We also like to do garage doors done right.
It's the best way.
I love that you mentioned rollers. It's kind of like the tires on your car.
Right.
If they're not running right, your garage won't. And we only install premium parts.
Well, that's the way it should be done
should
right.
be.
I appreciate that. So let's talk Wi-Fi for a second. I've left my house in the past. It's like leaving your house without your wallet or leaving your phone.
Can't remember if you close the garage door or not.
Right. I'm like, oh man. So if you have a Wi-Fi enabled garage door, and by the way, you guys can, if I upgrade to that, you'll program it, right?
We set it all up.
And
Yep.
there's an app on the phone,
Yep. There's an app on the phone. You can sync it to a whole bunch of different,
smart home stuff.
smart home. I mean, Amazon Prime, Ring doorbell, all those things. So you can really make your house a lot more secure. There's cameras out there that now you can put on your operators. And
Really?
so, you're going out of town. You pull into the airport and you're like, uh-oh, did we shut the door?
So you can actually go on your app and see if it's open or closed.
And you can shut it.
Even better.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in bed. At
So
night,
look,
I'm like, yeah.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
So been seeing a lot lately, and I've been getting a lot of calls on it. We don't do the garage doors personally ourselves. A lot of people are starting to upgrade to insulated doors, which seems to be the trend today because everybody wants something fancy. Now, they're using their same springs, they're using their same garage door openers, and they're having nothing but problems. What do you suggest the best option for them if they do that?
The best option is to do everything new, right? So the door, it's a set. It's a kit. So all the parts are associated with the door and the weight of the door. Reusing springs on a door is the number one worst shortcut you can do. So the springs are weighted to the weight of the door, and they do all the work lifting it. If they're not balanced right, your opener will be fried.
I once tried to take a spring off, and I almost lost my hand.
Oh, that's why people like Brad and his company use other companies, because you have to be trained. They're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yep.
I don't want to
Safety's
mess
our
with
number
those
one
springs.
concern.
But that's been a big problem. We've been having people come in and they're like, oh, my garage door doesn't want to go up. We want this done. We want that done. And I'm like, well, you should have probably bought the whole thing brand new instead of trying to do it yourself.
So when you add insulation to a garage door, there's adding weight, right?
Absolutely.
What's usually a garage door insulated? Foam?
There's, polyurethane and polystyrene insulated. Both show different R values, but mostly the benefit of it is that you get a triple layer steel door. So you get steel on both ends.
So if someone calls Precision Door today, Daryl, you guys can get people out there this weekend, or is it you a couple of days? You're busy, I bet.
We're a call now, fix today company. If you call today, we can get out there.
1-800-DOOR-REPAIR, Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. The website, precisiondoormi.com, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. Daryl, thanks for coming in, man. That's how cool. That's how fast that goes,
That was pretty fast.
right? I really appreciate you coming in. Well, I want to let you all know, if you need your garage door repaired or you want to have a tune-up or even replaced, give 1-800-DOOR-REPAIR a call. Daryl McNall, thanks for coming in, brother.
Adam, thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more roofing, and we got some landscaping tips from Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. That was a really good interview from Daryl from Precision Garage Doors. We got Brad Klaus in the co-host seat today with me. Welcome back, Brad.
Thank you.
And Brad, let's say hello to your friend here. We have Eric Harrow from Harrow Services, a landscape specialist. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, Harrow Services, let the Hired Done audience know exactly what you do.
So, Harrow Services, we're a family-owned and operated landscape company. We have over 20 years of experience out in the landscape field, and we specialize in anything from the designing, helping you customize your landscape, to the building and maintenance of your project.
Love that. So, as you know, we've been talking earlier with Brad and other contractors. The number one problem right now for anybody is labor. You agree with that?
Absolutely. It was difficult to, or it's still difficult to actually get the manpower.
It's literally impossible. So, how backed up are you? Because everybody's backed up. And I tell people right now, in today's economy, in today's situation, and Brad, tell me if you agree with this. If a contractor says, "Oh, I can start next week," without a cancellation, what do you think? Is it a red flag? Run. Run, Forrest, run.
Exactly.
That's what I figured.
Everybody's 4 to 6 weeks.
Are you backed up 4 to 6 weeks, or you can
roughly? We're about a month out, and it's been difficult as well working around the weather as well with rain. So
let's give tips for homeowners on that, because a lot of homeowners don't quite understand. So let's just say a homeowner says, "I'm going to do what Adam says. I want my project next spring. I'm going to call Harrow Services now, get all my stuff lined up, get the price, sign up, and tell them I want you to start March, April." Fair? You like that customer, don't you?
Absolutely.
Okay. March, April comes and we get snow in March. The April ice storm, remember?
The April ice storm.
We've had
more
those,
snow.
Right. And you're like, "Mrs. Jones, you're on the schedule." So now it's end of April. They're like, "Listen, Mr. Harrow, I got a graduation party coming up in June. My stuff's got to get done." You're like, we know. So let's just go through the rain situation. You say to a homeowner, "Okay, we're ready to go. We're starting next week." And let's say you call them on a Tuesday and you're saying, "We'll be there next Monday." But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it rains. And you're on other jobs. And you can't work on those other jobs. So then you got to wait for the rain to stop, wait for it to dry, then you finish those other jobs. So what is Mrs. Jones, who's waiting on Monday for you to start, what happens with her?
I think the key to this is proper communication.
Bam!
We make sure
Exactly.
we speak to the customer beforehand and inform them that it's projected to begin on, this time frame, of course, weather permitting. But as we approach that date, we want to make sure we're in constant contact with that customer so that they're aware that we haven't forgot about Mrs. Jones and we're still thinking about you and we're working around the clock to get to your project.
I love that. That's such a good answer. And by the way, thank you for such an honest answer. Brad, communication is the key. It's the nucleus of all success in all home improvement.
If you don't call your customers on a regular basis and stay in touch with them, they're not going to be customers.
Right.
And number two is you got to remember, people need to understand, if you have a one rain day, you lost 2 days.
Exactly.
It takes you 2 more days to make up for that one day. If you get a 5-day work week of nothing but rain, you're going to be a week and a half behind.
I agree with that. So, Eric from Harrow Services, and by the way, is there a website or an email if they can get a hold of you, or what's the best way to talk to you? Have them just call?
So absolutely, we have a few different methods. They're more than welcome to search us up on the on social media at
Facebook?
Harrow Services.
Okay.
As well as our phone number 586-864-6956, and our email address, which is also harrowservices@outlook.com.
Harrow is Harro Services. Perfect. And by the way, if anyone's driving and they can't write all this down, just go to hireitdone.com, click on Ask Adam, email me, say, "Hey, you had this guy on Harrow, you got it. I'll send you the info. We'll take care of business." So is there a premium nucleus, like your target project that you really love doing, Eric?
We like everything related to the field. So we want to make sure that we work with that particular customer, whether it's just a maintenance job or if it's building out a whole new landscape. So I think I would say my personal favorite is just doing that built and seeing us doing the maintenance down the road, seeing the progress of that project.
Hey, Eric, you ever had a customer keep pushing his job back because he can't get his sprinklers done?
Sounds familiar.
Well, that's the other thing. You have to wait for other guys,
Yes.
So a roof gets done. Brad, you're a roofer. You do the roof. You guys roll the magnet around the property.
Yep.
However, and I'm going to make an assumption, but correct me if I'm wrong, there have probably been times where your guys ruined some of the landscape.
Oh, it's been known to happen once or
It
twice,
happens, right?
especially on steeper houses.
Right.
You know, it gets overloaded. The guys don't catch it on the way down. They don't have the tarp properly weighted out so that it'll run off. It's going to happen. I mean, you've got 40, 50,000 pounds coming down to the ground. People have to understand that, you know, we do our best.
And you don't levitate on magic carpets while you're doing it.
Yeah, we're fresh out of magic carpets right now, and they're on back order like everything else.
I can't. The price of those are so expensive too.
Yes, they are.
That's what I figured. So you got Harrow who comes out and does a little cleanup.
Exactly. He does a little cleanup, fixes up the bushes, gets everything to look right. The tree gets damaged, especially ornamental. We'll take care of it, but we
Love
have
it.
those guys come out and take care of it for us.
Brick pavers, Eric.
Yes,
So you guys do those.
we do.
Okay. So I haven't talked brick pavers in a while because getting good landscapers on the show has been really difficult because the ones that Hired Done has, they're like, Adam, we're booked through the winter. You know, if I come on your show, even just to talk about it, it's going to generate interest, which means I'm going to be able to, and one of the rules I have with Hired Done contractors is you can't piss off the homeowners. You have to be honest with them. And so my contractor's like, hey, Adam, I don't want any more work. Stop. I'm like, okay, so tell the homeowner you're too busy. Then the
Or
homeowners get mad at me.
Tell the homeowner that I am booked out until February next year. Are you
Right.
willing to wait?
Yeah.
Or let's revisit it in the spring and see what happens then.
Click. You know, the keyboard gangsters. He couldn't get me a contractor. So brick paving. Is there a brand or it doesn't matter? They're pretty much, there's only a couple of brands anyways of brick pavers, right?
Well, you said something earlier that that resonated, and it's how it gets installed.
The
If it's
best
done-
one.
Absolutely.
So 6 to 8 inches. What? Okay, let's just say a walkway, not a driveway. Brick paver walkway. How far down do we go?
So as far as digging down, we're probably going at about like 6 inches. Make sure that we also have that proper foundation.
21 AA stone, crushed limestone. What do you use for
The
base?
slag sand typically.
Okay, slag sand. Is that what part of the manufacturer's recommendations to do that, or is it just because you've been in this business that's what they always use?
It also comes with experience. We've used it, and it works fantastic.
So do you compress it, tamp it down? Is there a machine? How do you usually do it?
So after we get the level, we do compact it to make sure that it stays firm.
Okay. Is it like every 2 inches, or because you get 4 to 6 inches? That's a lot.
It is.
So I used to tell people, and maybe I'm wrong, but I used to say we want 21 AA stone or crushed limestone or crushed concrete for the first 4 inches, and then 2 inches or 4 inches of slag sand compacted on top of that. Then your brick pavers. I mean, that seems, maybe that's for a driveway. Seems pretty thick.
Yes.
But I don't, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the radio, right? I've never done any of this before.
No, never. Right? Me either. First
Which
time.
is okay. Now, what about the people who have brick pavers and they look great, but they're just a little bit wavy, a little bit of a roller coaster? They're in good shape, though. Does it make sense to reuse them, clean them, and reinstall them, or rip them out and, put new ones in and do it right?
It really depends on the condition of that paver. If they're already, a little got some wear and tear from the salt, we're in Michigan here, so there's that salt
Right.
that we use to melt the snow. Or maybe it's just a small little area where it got more affected. So it's easy as just, taking them out and getting the proper foundation for them and re-putting them. So I would say it's good to repair unless it's a pretty big area that we're focusing on.
Okay. Well, that's okay. What about like steps, brick paver steps? Is there any specialized to it, or is it just that you stack the pavers? Or is there a foundation underneath the steps? How do you do those?
Absolutely. It has to have a proper foundation for it.
All right, I got a screwed up pair of steps to my greenhouse out of brick pavers. You're gonna have to come to my house. Now, what about someone who has a house? It had good landscaping, now it's all overgrown, and they really need someone to come in and tuck point, like tweak it, nip, tuck, little bit of cutting back, overgrown. Can you guys like a haircut almost? Can you do that?
Of course. Yes.
All right, and what is that usually? You have a different crew for that, or is it basically depending on the job?
It does depend on the job.
Okay, well, it makes sense. So we're talking with Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. He's a landscape specialist. The number, my friends, is 586-864-6956. If you have a question, you can text us, 248-539-9797. If you have a landscape or roofing question, Brad, so when you like do a garage or you build other thing, do you ever have to work around landscape?
Yes, many times. But we tell people too, we're going to be digging. You're going to lose probably most of your landscape around the area where we're going to be working. We
Got
got
it.
a bit cement trucks in here. We got everything else. We'll take
gonna
it
talk
back
about
to a
tree roots,
grade,
too.
and then you let the landscapers take over from there.
Got it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about trees and pruning and planting new trees and all kinds of landscape stuff. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Eric Harrow, Brad Klaus. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We've got Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction in studio. Welcome back, Brad.
Thanks.
And we got Eric Harrow from Harrow Services, Landscape Extraordinaire. Welcome back, Eric.
Hello, hello.
So, I remember when we were little, we had these bushes that had the red berries in it. We call them mulberry.
Yeah, mulberry bush.
Do you ever plant those recently at all?
No, not yet. Actually haven't done any this year.
Interesting. I was like, yeah, do they even make them anymore? I mean, I'm like, what's a popular plant in a landscape design that you're using and that you're putting in a lot?
A popular plant, I would probably say a hydrangea.
Hydrangea. What about hostas?
The hostas, very, very popular and sturdy.
So, but don't they grow like weeds and they just like expand and it overtakes everything? Or?
They do, yes. They tend to grow quite a bit, but that's the beauty of it. You know that it's healthy, that it's very sturdy, and you can always just transplant it or cut it in half or get rid
But
of
if you
some.
want to get rid of it, you need a grenade because it just keeps coming back.
Right. It's crazy. So let me ask you a question. Let's say a guy hires you and let's say it's me. I need a makeover on my yard. However, I'm not the guy with pruning stuff 60 days later. And I got a guy comes to do the lawn every week. Can I hire you to do maintenance too? Like I say, hey, forget about mowing the lawn. I got a lawn service, but I want someone to come once a month or whatever your schedule you say to do like the tweaking. Is that okay?
Absolutely, yes. We can take care of all the annoying weeds that come out, even if we need to do some of the trimming or maybe mulch install.
I heard dandelions are good for you.
You know what? I heard that too. That people are making tea out of like the roots, I believe.
Yeah, you can eat dandelions.
Well, if you get most natural salads, there is a dandelion leaf in it.
Yeah, But when I was little, oh my God, we got to spray kill the dandelions. You used to take them and put them under your chin. Did you ever do that?
Actually, no. But did you ever know that back in the day that people grew dandelions so they didn't have to cut grass?
Really?
They would infest their whole property with dandelions.
What's old is new. What's new is old.
Interesting.
I want to get a dandelion farm.
A dandelion farm?
Yeah. I'm getting a tattoo. Speaking of lions.
Not a dandelion, I hope.
Please. By the way, I'm getting a tattoo, everybody, from the shoulder to I'm getting a sleeve, like a half sleeve, from my shoulder to my elbow. August 17th, we're going to stream it live on Facebook. However, the problem is...
I can't wait to see this.
Wait a minute. Here's the problem. My tattoo artist, who I've been working with for like 6 months now, I'm sure he wants to fire me because I only call him every other day. Hey, what about this? What about it? So we've decided on the design. However, he says to me, Adam, what we're doing for you is 3 full days, but we can only do a session every 4 weeks for you because you have to heal.
Yeah.
He goes, I go, well, what about the first day? He goes, well, I'm going to do the first day as long as you'll be able to handle it. And I'm sure I'll be a baby. I'm going to take Xanax. I'll be drinking. I'll be doing something. But he's like, I go, well, what stops you then? He goes, well, either he goes, if you're a baby, or he says, if your body starts to reject the ink. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. So now I'm doing a little Google searching on rejecting ink and all this crazy stuff. So I call my doctor. I'm like, look, I'm getting a tattoo. The doctor says, you're crazy, but I'm going to write you a prescription for numbing cream that's prescription strength.
He's not that bad.
He's like, put it on an hour and a half before. The whole arm. He goes, your tattoo guy could take a knife and cut your skin off. You wouldn't feel it.
I fell asleep during mine.
Oh, you have one. Okay, good. So I'm getting like a lion. I'm getting the Hulk, Incredible Hulk. I'm getting a Gucci collar on the lion. I'm getting a clock that says 11:11. It's going to be like down from my shoulder right to my elbow. And we're going to stream it live first day. But then I got to wait 4 weeks for number 2. And then another 4 weeks for the third level. And then in 12 weeks, I'll have my full tattoo.
Yeah, you need heal time in between, and you want it to heal up right, because if you don't let it heal up right and they go in too early, all it does is damage the tattoo.
Well, that's the whole thing. So I called the Ann Arbor Burn Center, U of M. I said, what do you guys use for burn victims? They got this cheesecloth thing. Mm-hmm. You can buy it for tattoo people. So after they put your tattoo on, you put this cheesecloth saran wrap style thing on it, whoosh, and that helps it heal quicker and seals the ink in, and it's the new method. So like literally, I'm planning this out. Because I think, tell me if I'm wrong, tattoos are kind of permanent.
A little bit.
It's not like an ink where I'm going to be able to peel it off.
No, you're not going to be able to peel it off, but keeping it moist definitely helps out for the first couple days.
Oh, yeah.
It will get itchy. It will flake.
Yeah,
not scratching it is a major thing you don't want to do because you can destroy the ink lines and stuff like that as well.
Oy. And I'm paying extra because I'm doing a lion, and the lion is growling. And he's growling and he's going to have green eyes that match my Hulk tattoo that I'm putting on around the lion. And I'm getting teeth in the lion. I'm having white ink in the teeth
Yeah.
with shadowing, and then I'm paying extra for all the little hair marks, whoosh, whoosh, like little like. So instead of I'm paying for shading, so that's why it's 3 full days.
Well, you're not doing just a black and white. You're doing a full color.
Yeah, I'm doing a crazy
So
one.
is this like the first tattoo?
Never. Yeah, I have nothing on my body, Mark.
Wow. So go big or go home.
Oh yeah, me. Listen, once you get to know me, it's all about go big or go home. I don't mess around. But again, there's some people that are like, you're crazy. Don't do it. Don't do it. 53 years old. What am I going to do? So what are you going to do when you're 70? I'm going to enjoy it. Right?
I got 3, so
Yeah. Has anyone like, oh, I'm not buying a roof, you have a tattoo.
you can't see mine. Mine are under my sleeves and they're tucked away far enough. But
Right.
I don't. If you're that judgmental over something like that,
248-539-9797. Maybe I'll put the Hired Done logo tattoo. Contractor
right
tattoo.
across your back.
Home
all the way
Depot hot
across.
dog. Oh yeah, across my back. Maybe I'll do a tramp stamp. Is there such thing as a guy with a tramp stamp?
I haven't seen one, but I'm sure there is.
Right? Not a chance. Not a chance.
Come on, you can bring it back to style.
Not happening with me. Adam, wear a shirt to bed because the ink will ruin your sheets. Oh yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to wrap my arm.
First couple times you go to bed, yeah, wrap it, because it's
I
wet.
figured I'd
The
be
first
bleeding.
few days, you got excess that comes out.
Should I get a prescription of Xanax and like bike it in or anything like
Xanax,
that?
You don't need nothing. Take
Yep.
a baby aspirin and tough it out.
Okay, my guys just saved my butt. Thank you. Thank you. So anyways, enough about tattoos and contract. Is there contractors and tattoos like group?
Not that I know of, but most contractors I know, pretty much everyone's got one.
Right. Not me yet. Soon I'm going to be in the club. I love that. So, Eric Harrow from Harrow Services. If someone calls you and wants a landscape job for the summer, we're already in August. You can't do it, right? You can plan maybe how late do you work?
Absolutely. Well, I think as far as planting goes, we might be able to push it maybe until like October-ish. But right after that, it's not the best. I always prefer doing the fresh installs in the spring just because it allows all of the plants to get their roots throughout the entire season.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about so you get done? You can plant as late. What if I wanted just new sod? Can you rip the grass up, put sod down?
We actually just did a sod job just a few days ago where it was basically an entire lawn.
What about watering? We have a lot of rain. The ground is saturated. You still water or what?
You want to be careful with the water. You want to make sure that you provide enough water. Typically, the average lawn takes anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of water per week.
Per week, not per watering.
It does depend as well as far as the grade that you have in your lawn. Whether your lawn has a few dips here and there, it retains more water. So it does depend. It's not necessarily a rule of thumb, but there's just a rough guesstimate there.
Well, I get that. I understand that. Well, that's cool. So let's give the phone number out for Harrow Services one more time. It's 586-864-6956. If you want some design, build, or maintenance done, give Harrow Services a call. Eric, it was nice to have you here, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd like to have you come out to my house. I got some brick paving disasters that I need you to look at.
You got it. We'll take care of it.
I love that. So, Brad Klaus from Peaks Construction, give your phone number out, too.
Our business number is 586-789-7927.
If you want a roof that doesn't leak, give Peaks a call. If you want a garage, you want a gazebo. We didn't even get to talk about pergolas and gazebos. We're having so much
Kitchens, baths, finished basements, we do it all.
Would you put a tattoo of your logo on you?
Sure.
I was going to put a Hired Done tattoo on mine because I got a really cool logo. But you know what? I know it's going to happen. One day, Home Advisor is going to buy me out.
Aren't they buying everybody out?
Well, he called me, but I'm a competitor. I'm not for sale. I love what I do. My grandmother got her first tattoo at 72. Now that's a grandmother I want to give a high five to.
My mom got her first tattoo when she was like 75.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What does a 75-year-old get a tattoo of?
She got our birthstone colors and stars on her foot.
I love it. Well, I want to thank you for coming in, Brad.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
It was great. Long overdue. And thanks for the cookies.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate that. Eric, thanks for coming in, my friend.
Thank you.
And everyone listening, I want to thank everyone. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for the audience. We're kicking butt here at Hire It Done. Go to hireitdone.com, and you want a contractor, you got them. My name's Adam Helfman. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Have an awesome weekend.